Hello everyone. Today we're looking at the Lionheart trains Lynton and Barnstaple manning Wardle Taw. Hello everyone and welcome to the Kiln Line. Today we're looking at the first locomotive I bought for my new NG7 range. We are looking at the Lionheart trains Lynton and Barnstaple Taw. This locomotive, although being said it's DC fitted, this is actually sound fitted and it was checked by LC. So LC, it's a good locomotive you checked here, very pleased with it. Yes, first things first, back on topic. This locomotive has come in. The Lionheart just always surprised me with the kind of how good their boxes are, and they're just really well decorated as well. I love the logo, the Lynton and Barnstaple logo there. They actually did this in partnership with the Lynton and Barnstaple, I believe. I'm not sure if they plan on expanding their range into O-16.5, but we can only hope after this amazing model. But we'll get the box open and we'll have a look what's inside. First off, we are greeted with the instruction manual, beautifully painted Lionheart trains owner's manual. Goes through the history of the locomotive. You've got the index, well, the contents there, how to operate it, maintenance, speaker installation, all the sound functions there, automatic sound as well. It's a brake squeal comes on when it's set below a preset value, which is always nice. You can actually make it so it squeals when it goes around corners as well, but that, I imagine that can get rather annoying around sharp layouts that a lot of people have in 7mm. You've got the real drive options, manufacturer's warranty, which is always nice to have, tells you how to claim it, and yeah, it's a very thorough manual that we've got there. Let's get into the meat of this, and let's take off the top bit of foam and have a look at the locomotive inside. As you can see, it comes on a polycarbonate plinth, which is a lot. I don't tend to get on with plinths, to be fair, but on a locomotive that looks as delicate as this, I can understand it. Let's try and get this out of the box, and we'll give it a bit more of a closer look. There we go. Box over there for the moment, and we can have a look at this beautiful locomotive. As you can see, it has very complicated valve gear that you can actually see through this little porthole on the side of the locomotive. And the cab detail in there, look, it's absolutely gorgeous. You can even see the water glass in there, you can see the lines on it. It's got directional headlights as well. This locomotive also features a toolless DCC chip system as well, just like the 1400 does, which I imagine it's taking off the smoke box. Yep, there you go, just in there. Look, you can just slide it out, put your DCC chip in, and job's a good one. But yeah, let's have a look what else is in the box, because there seems to be a bag of detail bits. So in here we've got some new nameplates and builder's plates and a blanking chip, along with a tool to actually pull the PCB out of the smoke box, which is nice. It's good to see that they're actually thinking about the people who want to have these DC fitted to start with, and then want to upgrade later, which is great, because I can imagine the people who do that have tons of these in the toolbox. You've also got some brake hoses, which I will think about putting onto my model. But eventually I will put all the builder's plates on my engines too. Okay, so let me take this thing off the plinth and we'll have a look at it on the table a bit closer up. So here we are on the workbench with Taw. And may I say, before I start, Lionheart have done such a wonderful job on this locomotive. It is probably the most detailed locomotive that's ever run on 00 gauge track. And that's in my personal opinion. Before anybody starts slating me. So first at the front, I've fitted the vacuum pipe onto the front of the locomotive, and I love the couplings on these locomotives, the hammer axe type, along with the small cowcatcher, cute little cowcatcher on the front. Got a massive gap on the front of the running plate before we reach the boiler as well, which has got the smoke box door and headlamp on the front. As I said, this headlamp does actually light up when it's going in forward, and we'll move along the locomotive to the copper top chimney, which many will say, hold on, Kiln Line, that's a GWR thing. Well, this locomotive's southern and they did it, so you know what, yeah, it caught on, didn't it? And as we move along, we'll have a look at the top of the boiler first. You can notice the massive brass dome. This thing is shiny. You can even see me in it. Look, it's so shiny. It's ridiculous. And it's just an amazing bit of detail there. As we move along, the coal loads are really well detailed. Really nicely on both sides, along with the separately detailed whistle. And I imagine they're the safety valves above the cab as well. The little whistle being here. This tiny little thing, look. And as we'll go down now onto the front of the locomotive and see the rather complex valve gear. I'll show you this in a bit more detail as it's running, but you can see there's a lot of stuff there to move, and believe me, it does all move. It is absolutely amazing. The Walschaerts valve gear is, I've never seen it on I'm not very well blessed with locomotive Walschaerts valve gear on my layout. They normally have Stephenson's, but so this is like a novelty to me, seeing something with such complicated valve gear on my railway. This does come with a nameplate which will replace this printed one here eventually, but at the moment it looks pretty damn good. Move along and you'll notice the builder's plates on the side of the cab, along with the pony wheel underneath the cab. There's one at the front as well. And you've got your vacuum. I imagine that's your vacuum there. And then you've also got your steps and your handrails going into the cab. So this leads me, I guess, into the cab. As with most modern Lionheart locomotives, the cab is removable and it's magnetic. They've used a very good use of some very small, which I think are M3 nuts, if anything, to save some money on these things with the magnets. And look at all that cab detail. You can see everything. This is probably the most detailed cab interior of any locomotive, even 7mm, that I've had here on this channel. Just look at it all. You can actually see the individual gauges. You've got the regulator, you've got all the cylinder cocks, you've even got the smoke box there, and the gauges at the top. You've got the water glasses. It's just all there. The reverser on the right hand side. See, I'm even noticing the things as I'm making this video, which just goes to show there's just so much detail packed in this little area. Let's just see if there's anything at the back that we can see. So you got your tool storage at the back and the handbrake. What an amazing little model. Starting at the back this time, we have the vacuum brake and we have a coupling here. They don't tend to have choppers on both ends, which is, I find, a bit weird, considering, you know, surely double the coupling is normally better than having one. But it works on my layout, so I can't really judge it, but I would assume doubling up on the coupling would have been better. We've got a cowcatcher on the back to, obviously, for when it's running cab first. We have another headlight on the back, which again is fully operational. And then we're going along the side of the locomotive. which everything is pretty much identical to the other side. Complicated valve gear again, which just fascinates me every time I see it. Yeah, this locomotive is a work of art, and I am very, very glad that this has become kind of the flagship of my 7mm narrow gauge fleet. Alright, we're at the scales once again, so what we'll do is we'll put the track on as per usual, let it calibrate, and we'll see how heavy this locomotive is. I'm going to go with 750 grams personally. We'll see when it's on. Oh, it's not that heavy at all. 435 grams, but it's still, for a 7mm locomotive in a narrow gauge, that is relatively heavy, and it's more than capable of pulling what I want it to pull, which is brilliant. The Kiln Line is proudly sponsored by CB Models. Based in North Devon, CB Models are an amazing manufacturer of 3D printed scale models for your model railway and scale diorama needs. They have a whole range of 3D printed accessories and can make bespoke items for that impossible to obtain piece. They also ship internationally. So check out CB Models over on their Instagram, Facebook, eBay or their website to see what they have to offer. Okay, we're now on Wardle Taw, so let's see how she sounds. Okay, so we've heard what this locomotive sounds like. Let's take her for a spin. In summary, this locomotive right out of the box is a stunning piece of kit and runs like a Swiss watch. This was probably the easiest time I've had recording a running session for this channel due to its running quality and pickup reliability. The details on this locomotive are next level. Lionheart have really gone to town bringing the legendary Lynton Barnstaple locomotives to 7mm narrow gauge, which, may I add, is not surprising due to Lionheart's reputation for exquisite models in O gauge. Anyone who models in 7mm narrow gauge should consider adding one of these to their collection, as it would very quickly become the pride of the fleet, much like this one is to the Kiln Line. Lionheart, you have really done a wonderful job on this model, from the external details all the way to the mechanism. It really is the true pinnacle of 7mm narrow gauge ready to run models.
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and even comment if you want to see or hear more from the Kiln Line.